I found a hidden room in my apartment, and it had my name on the wall. When I signed the lease, the landlord called my unit a quiet one. Top floor, no neighbors on either side, and a hallway that smelled like old paint and laundry soap. I wanted quiet. I got it so completely that, after the first month, the silence started to feel like a sound. It began with a draft. Not the normal kind either. The windows were sealed, the door was solid, and yet every night around 2, the air in my bedroom would turn cold and steady, like someone had opened a door just out of sight. I told myself it was the building settling. Pipes, heat, anything that didn't involve the thought that something was breathing through my walls. Then I noticed the scuff marks. They weren't random, they curved along the baseboard behind my dresser, like someone had dragged something heavy out and shoved it back again. I moved the dresser, expecting dust and maybe a dead bug. Instead, I found a seam in the wall. It was painted over so many times the line looked like a crack that had been politely ignored. I ran my fingernail along it and felt the paint give way. There was a latch, flush with the drywall, the kind you only notice after you know it exists. I should have stopped there. I should have called maintenance. I should have called anyone. I pulled. The panel opened with a soft sigh. Like it had been waiting. Behind it was a narrow door that led into a space between my unit and the next one. The air inside was stale, hot, and thick with the smell of cardboard that had been left in a basement too long. I used my phone flashlight and stepped in. The hidden room was barely wider than my shoulders. Insulation bulged from the studs. Old bottles lined the floor like someone had built a tiny shrine out of trash. And at the far end, where the beam of my light hit the bare wall, there were words carved into the wood. Not written, not painted, carved deep enough to splinter. My full name. First, middle, last. The way it appears on official mail, the way no one calls me unless they are reading from a form. I stumbled back, heart pounding so hard my ears rang. I told myself it had to be coincidence. Some previous tenant. A different person with the same name. A joke. Then my phone buzzed. A notification from my building's package app. A new delivery had been logged from my unit. The photo showed a brown box on my doormat. And in the corner of the frame, just inside my apartment, the hidden wall panel was open. I had closed it. I had closed it before I stepped back into my living room. I stood there, staring at the screen, trying to convince my hands to move. Because the picture wasn't taken from the hallway. It was taken from inside my home.